Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Noelle and I do unboxings, mostly lifestyle subscription boxes, but a variety of other categories as well, including books, beauty, jewelry, travel, home decor, and the very occasional dash of Disney. So if you enjoy unboxings, particularly subscription boxes, I hope that you'll consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell, and that way you'll find out whenever I post new videos, announce giveaways, or go live. And as always, if you are already subscribed, thanks again so much for being here and welcome back. If you are a bit newer to the channel, there is always a giveaway going on because in any of my videos I could announce a secret password. When you come across one of those, you want to enter it along with your contact information in the Google form that is linked for you in the description box below. And then at the end of the month, I use a random number picker to select a few winners to receive a mystery box. It is my way of saying thank you for being subscribed to my channel. It is one of the requirements, and for watching my videos in their entirety whenever possible. You do have to be 18 years or older. It is not affiliated with YouTube in any way or any of the boxes that I opened here on the channel. And of course, you do have to have a US or Canadian mailing address, but all of the rules and requirements are listed in that form, like I said, linked for you in the description box. Today, I have a book box that I'm opening for the second time here on the channel by popular request, and that is Unplugged Book Box, which I love the inspiration, the idea of getting unplugged from those devices that we're usually attached to. There are two different subscriptions. There is an adult box as well as the young adult box. They're both $39.99 per month plus shipping. The shipping to me in California at least is about $11, which makes sense because books are heavy and shipping is expensive these days, but I do have a discount code for you. It's Noelle5. That will save you 5%. As always, I will list all of that information for you in the description box below, along with all kinds of other promo codes and affiliate links. This box has been sent to me for a review. Now, she did offer to send me the young adult box this month, but I honestly don't read a lot of young adult fiction, so I requested another adult box so we could compare next to last month's. Now, this box is a little bit different from other book subscriptions where a lot of the times the accompanying items are inspired by the novel, and that is kind of the case. Usually there is a theme that is inspired by the selected novel, but then the different items, which are all kind of bookish, might be inspired by different fandoms or particular books or series. And honestly, because last month it was a fantasy novel, I wasn't totally familiar with all of the different fandoms, the different items, but you guys were very helpful in the comments. There's kind of an ongoing joke here on the channel amongst the no-bots, which is what we call subscribers of this channel. Everyone always wants to know what my favorite book subscription is, but honestly, you guys, it is too hard to compare them because they're all a little bit different. They all have different features, and it's really more of a matter of you finding the right book box for yourself. So I highly suggest checking out my book unboxing playlist. I actually have playlists for pretty much all of the different categories that I do here on the channel, and you can create your own like watch later list, which might make it a little bit easier for you to narrow down your choices. But as of yet, I have not announced what my favorite one is because honestly it changes depending on what the book is, depending on the curation, depending on my mood for that season. Now let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, this one is like kind of spring-loaded. The first item that's right on top is kind of popping the lid open. So let me go ahead and pull that out. Wow, it's kind of like imprinted. And there is usually a product card. So let me go ahead and pull that item out and then see if I can find the product card nestled in here somewhere. So one of the items it looks like might have leaked a bit, but I think it's okay. So, all right, so here is our product card. So our theme for May in the adult box is Endorphin Rush. That sounds super fun, and there is a sneak peek on the back for both boxes. It says for June the theme will be cynical love for the young adult box, and for the adult box it's going to be friendship and corruption. Dun, dun. It looks very like dark. Maybe it's a thriller. Now inside we have all of the information about the different products. Often she gets them from small businesses, which I appreciate. Sometimes they're made specifically for Unplugged Book Box, which is really cool. Tells us a little bit more about, of course, the selected book. And then there's a May Adult Fiction Photo Challenge. That's kind of a fun way to get you to show off using some of the items that you have received. And there's a tea churros recipe. That sounds delicious and maybe a little bit messy, so that sounds indulgent. One of these days, you guys, guys, I'm hoping to be caught up enough on everything with my videos and my product photography where I actually get to enjoy the products a little bit more, maybe participate in some of these photo challenges or make some of the recipes and show you over on Instagram. That's like, fingers crossed, that's like my dream, is to really get to experience all of these boxes fully. So looks like we've got quite a few different items. They usually put the like social media handles of the artists or the companies in here too, which I definitely appreciate. I like seeing small businesses support other small businesses. Usually you get 4 to 6 self-care items to help you unplug, basically. So let's go ahead and take a look at the item that, like I said, kind of opened up the whole box. So can you tell what this is yet? So it's kind of got like a floral pattern. It's like a little bit textured. And then we're going to open it up and see if I can recognize a few more of the inspirations this time around. So it is indeed a giant welcome mat. You can see I'm going to have to kind of flatten it out. Now, do you recognize this building? So holding it up for you guys, did you recognize it? It's really big, so you can see it's going to go across an entire door, but I kind of like having these not just for the outside, because I actually have a kind of low clearance door where I can't have the super thick welcome mats outside. I like it for inside, for those rainy days where you want to take your shoes off and not get the rest of the floor muddy. They're really nice, and this one is very pretty. It's very kind of like slick on this top. I would hate to get it dirty because, of course, this is Bridgerton. So I just finished watching the second season. I actually did buy all of the books, and for a long time I was holding out on even watching the first season because I wanted to read the books first, but then everybody assured me that the books are so different from the series that it wouldn't really matter. So I went ahead and finally, took me a while to find the time, but I did finally splurge and watch the second season. So I'm very excited about all of the news that they're telling us about the next one that's going to come out and be all about Penelope. So let's see what it says about this Bridgerton mat. It says, "Welcome to Bridgerton House. Please be sure to wipe your feet on the way in and do mind your manners. Lady Whistledown is always watching." This exclusive mat was designed by Veronica Alex, I think, for this box, which is pretty darn cool, you guys. So let me go ahead and put this down. I'll just kind of keep it in my lap, keep me warm, while I go ahead and find another item to show you. So this is the item. There was a little bit of leakage, can you see in that back corner, you guys? But hopefully everything is fine. Let me just to kind of clean it off. So this smells so good. The whole box smells good because of that. It's called Honeymoon in Hawaii. It is a sugar scrub. So this is what it looks like. Nice little tropical label, and then it's kind of like a pineapple color, and that's kind of what it's smelling like to me. It smells really, really good. Just a little sugar scrub, which is nice. So let's see what it says about this. This is the Unhoneymooners scrub. So it says, what better way to spend your vacation than taking your sister's honeymoon when she's unable to go? Add in a guy you dislike and it's a recipe for fun, right? This scrub by RobinsonFamilySoaps.com is inspired by The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, which is a really fun writer. I've been enjoying the books of hers that I have had the opportunity to read. I have not read The Unhoneymooners, but maybe I'll have to. I don't use a lot of sugar scrubs, but I feel like this one has like kind of a tropical theme and it seems really nice, and I'll go ahead and give that a shot, especially since it looks like there's a little bit of it already in my box. All right, look, let's see what this is. It's a little envelope. It says, "Make you perfect." I'm wondering if this is a bath salt or tea. I can never like tell when it's something like this. I think it's a bath salt. So let me see if I can find this on here, because I know, yes, it says the Kiss Quotient Milk Bath. Stella and Michael are strictly a business transaction. At least that's what they tell themselves. She needs to learn more about dating and he is a professional, but soon they feel like they just make sense. This exclusive milk bath is by, again, RobinsonFamilySoaps.com. So they made it specially for this box again. So those collabs are super cool. I don't usually take baths. You guys know that if you've been watching my channel for a while. I'm usually more of a shower steamer girl, but I'm sure someone will definitely appreciate that. Here is our tea. Now this is clearly tea. It's from the Simply Bookish company and it's called Carpe Diem. So it's in this kind of holographic pouch. So it says about this, it says it's a collectible. It says After Kenna from Colleen Hoover's reminders of him is released from jail after a mistake, she tries to reconnect with her daughter. While on a path of reconciliation, she connects with the one person who seems to not have closed the door on her. This exclusive tea is part of the Tea Party collection, and it is again by the Simply Bookish company. So I don't know if a tea is really a collectible because it's something that you actually want to use, right? But I do think that's kind of cool. So we got a beautiful teacup last month, which I would love a whole set of those. All right, so let's see. I think we've got a couple more things, but these are actually like wrapped up. So I'm guessing one of these is actually the book. So let me go ahead and slice it open if I can. Hopefully I can get into that. I do appreciate, I'm really glad that they actually put it into a little package because we did have that little bit of leakage. So it would have been a super bummer if that had gotten my book all oily. I'm having a little bit of trouble getting this open because of course I don't want to like slice it with the edge of my scissors either. So I'm guessing that this is our book which was selected for us. There are a few more items. It's called The Stand-In by Lily Chu, and it is a paperback, but it's a pretty thick one, pretty significant. It says, "This book is sure to give you an endorphin rush." It became available in print for the first time through Source Books on May 3rd. So, wow, that is very recent. That's kind of fun. So it says, "Gracie Reed is doing just fine. Sure, she was fired by her overly friendly boss, and no, she still hasn't gotten her mother into the nursing home of their dreams, but she's healthy. She's somewhat happy. She's mostly holding it all together, but when a mysterious SUV pulls up beside her, revealing Chinese cinema's golden couple, Wei Fang Li and Sam Yao, Gracie's world is turned on its head. The famous actress has a proposition. Due to their uncanny resemblance, Fang Li wants Gracie to be her stand-in. The catch? Gracie will have to be escorted by Sam, the most attractive and infuriating man Gracie's ever met. That just seems to be like the theme of all the romances these days, is like they hate each other at first, and then they realize it's because they love each other so much. It says, if it means getting the money she needs for her mother, Gracie's in. Soon Gracie moves into a world of luxury she never knew existed, but resisting Sam and playing the role of an elegant movie star proves more difficult than she ever imagined, especially when she learns the real reason Fang Li so desperately needs her help. In the end, all the determination in the world won't be able to help Gracie keep up this elaborate ruse without losing herself and her heart. Aww. So I'm happy to see a genre that I do sometimes enjoy indulging in, which is like a little romance. This is fun. We do have a signed book plate that can go in there in that paperback. I am seeing, ooh, there's a little author's letter. This looks like some lavender maybe, so I'll have to read that for you. And then ooh, it looks like we've got 2 books this time around, you guys. But first, before we look at that, and hopefully I'll have some time to read the author's letters to you, we got a little spoon to go along with our tea. So this is also a collectible. Let me see what it says. It says, "A stir away from a beautiful day." How cute. How cute. You're going to see a reflection of everything here in my room. But that is what it says, inscribed very tiny on this very thin spoon, which is actually really pretty. So it does say it's stainless steel. So let's see, it says, "We hope this adorable spoon gives you an endorphin rush as you sip your tea and relax. It's an unplugged exclusive design." So that is very like thin. So you could have a very tall teacup if you didn't have a more traditional one. But that is it for all of our sort of items that go along with. We got the reminders of him tea, the teaspoon, the Bridgerton mat, the Unhoneymooner scrub, the Kiss Quotient milk bath, and then we also got one more book, which I'm going to open up to show you. So we got The Stand-In by Lily Chu, which does actually sound really cute and like perfect for summer reading, of course. And then why is it so hard for me to open these up? And then we also got another book, which looks like it also has that author's note, which I'm excited about. It says, "This debut novel is so much fun and we hope you love it as much as we did. It released through Maximilian on April 5th. So a little bit longer ago. So it's definitely got that Regency era Bridgerton vibe to it, just based on the dresses there on the front. It is called Reputation by Lex Croucher. So let's go ahead and read the back of this. So it says, "It is a truth universally acknowledged that girls just want to have fun. Bookish, sheltered Georgiana Ellers is spending the summer with her aunt and uncle at their English countryside home. At a particularly dull party, she meets the enigmatic Frances Campbell, a member of the upper echelons of Regency society, who delights Georgiana with her disregard for politeness and propriety. Georgiana quickly falls in with Frances and her friends, who introduces her to a world of drunken debauchery and lavish parties. When she meets the seemingly quiet and straight-laced Thomas Hawksley, sparks fly, but Thomas seems unimpressed with the company she keeps. Soon, Georgiana begins to wonder if the price to enter this world will be higher than she can afford to pay. Set in a time when one's reputation was everything, this hilarious debut explores sex, belonging, and status through the eyes of an unforgettable heroine whom Jane Austen herself would have cheered for. So, and then one of the reviews says, if Bridgerton and Fleabag had a book baby, it would be Reputation. I inhaled it in one sitting. So that sounds fun, and they're definitely going after the popularity that Bridgerton has had, but it does sound like a fun romp. Both of these books sound really fun, so let's see what it says. Again, I will there's kind of like lengthy, but maybe I'll go ahead and read at least the one that is kind of featured. So it says, from Lily Chu, it says, Dear Unplugged Box readers, I am overjoyed that the stand-in was chosen to be a part of your May subscription box. As a reader, I can think of no better way to relax than with a book, preferably on a beach, but I'll take a cafe in Paris or even curled up in my messy bed under a fuzzy blanket. Books are my personal escape hatch, letting me experience lives and places where there are no dishes to wash or floors to vacuum. The stand-in starts with a question that not many of us have had to answer. If a famous movie star asked you to be her double, what would you do? Although she's reluctant, Gracie decides to leave her old self behind and embark on adventures complete with a gorgeous leading man and a new designer wardrobe. She also engages with questions of mental health, race and identity, and family and friends, as well as falling in love. I mean, it sounds pretty awesome to me. It says, I hope you enjoy the stand-in and that the story of Gracie and Sam, a man I am personally in love with, will help you make the most of this well-deserved you time. If you're looking for a drink pairing, I suggest a cup of jasmine tea, which is lovely served either hot or iced, or make it into a gin fizz if that's more your style. And then it tells us where to find her over on Instagram. So I love when we get like an author's note that feels kind of personal like that. So that's super cool. Let's see what it says from Lex Croucher about Reputation. And again, very small font. So let me see if I can read this. It says, I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, historical figures seemed about as real as actors in a play or characters in a movie. Their clothes felt like costumes. The objects they used every day were props. My parents were into history and would drag a very reluctant 10-year-old me around beautiful ruins and old houses and say, look, the person in this painting was standing right where you're standing now, hundreds of years ago. Isn't that cool? Obviously, I was 10, so I'd say no, and then probably something like, I could be home playing The Sims right now, mother, instead of looking at some dead lady's hairbrush. Now I think about those people all the time. I'll spy an old hill fort on a drive through the countryside, or glance up at a Georgian building on my way to get lunch here in London, and I'll feel completely overwhelmed by the sheer volume of people who came before me and how different their lives were from mine, even as I tread the same ground. Somebody sat not too far from where I'm writing to you now and painstakingly inked their own letters, probably not for a book subscription box. They also would have been burning a scented candle just like me. Granted, theirs was made of tallow and there was only 1 cent available, slightly singed mutton. It says, I wrote Reputation because I truly believe that young people in the Regency were just as inclined towards messing up, going a little wild, overstepping the lines, and having their hearts broken as we are today. As much as I love a Regency book centered around polite society and good manners, you don't have to look very far in your research to find the wild side of the 1800s, and that's the side I wanted to bring to readers, along with the fun and tropes I grew up with in the rom-coms of the early 2000s. Reputation is about finding your place in the world, first loves and first hangovers, and the brilliant people you meet in the dark corners at parties. I hope you enjoy reading it as much as I enjoyed writing it. Well, now that I've read both of those, I really want to read both books, and even though they might be a little bit fluffy, that sounds like kind of my speed these days instead of something super duper serious. So let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about this Unplugged Book Box. I thought it was really fun. I'm mostly excited about the tea, I think, in all honesty, and maybe that scrub because it smells so awesome. I'm not sure if I have space for the Bridgerton mat, but of course I do love me some Bridgerton. And you guys let me know, which of these books would you read first? They both sound awesome and their authors both sound so charming. I don't know which one. I kind of just think the premise of the one where you're asked to be a movie star's double sounds the most interesting to me, but I'm very interested to see what you guys think and what you guys think about the cynical love and friendship and corruption themes for next month. So let me know what your choices would be in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all very, very soon in my next unboxing.